I mean, I didn't really knock her over. I just warned her that I was coming through and I was coming through fast. And I was like, out of my way, Beth, out of my way. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit. Okay. Ooh, let's do a haul video. So the past 2 days of videos has actually been one whole day of shopping, and it was one of the most epic days of shopping that I have had in quite a while. So we're gonna talk now about everything that we got, what we paid for it, and how much I can expect to get for it on eBay. We got a lot of stuff. And one of the items missing here from the table is the lamp. I do have the lamp. It is actually on the 3rd floor of the farmhouse, and I don't really feel like climbing up 2 flights of stairs to get it. So we will talk about it. However, it is not on the table. But let's talk first about everything we got at the community aid, because that was our first stop. But before I get to talking about everything we got at community aid, I just want to clarify one thing in the video, and that's the fact that Beth, the woman in the video, is an employee of community aid. You guys saw me almost knock her down to get the Greyhounds. She works there. I talk with her all the time. I feel like I'm friends with Beth. Like we're tight. Beth and I are tight, and we joke around a lot. And so she knows that I'm a little bit crazy, and she completely would expect me to like totally knock her down to get to these Greyhounds, and we laughed about it. And if you watched till the end of the video, you saw that as soon as she found out she got promoted, she came over and gave me a big hug, and we did a happy dance together, and it was amazing. So she forgave me for almost knocking her down, and she wasn't just some random shopper that I knew her name and I almost knocked her down and stole the Greyhounds from her. That wasn't the case, although I think some of my viewers actually thought that was the case. I would hope that you guys would think better of me. I wouldn't do that. Although for the Greyhounds, I might. No, just kidding, that was a joke. I now have to clarify every time I joke, because people take me too seriously. Anyway, let's talk about the stuff that we got at community aid. We're gonna save the Greyhounds for last. First thing we're gonna talk about right here is our console set. If you guys watched the video, you know that the first thing I spotted were the candlesticks, and they were priced at $4 a piece. For $4 a piece, I was willing to pass on the candlesticks. They are pink depression glass. They have etching, floral etching, with a gold band around them. They're really cute. They're nice. They're elegant. But the problem is, for $4 a piece, that's $8 for the pair, and they would probably sell for $15 to $20, because depression glass, the market right now is depressed. So right now it is a collector's market. So people who collect the stuff, now is the time. For selling it, it's really, the prices aren't really doing that well. Not as well as they were, 10, 15 years ago. So I was willing to pass on the candlesticks. But then at the other end of the row, I spotted the bowl, and I immediately connected. Oh my gosh, that matches the candlesticks. And suddenly we were able to put them all together, and that made it valuable. So the console set together, the bowl and the candlesticks, is probably worth between $45 and $85. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the gold band around the edge does have some wear. This is depression glass, it's old. but the gold band is wearing, and that is worth noting. And it does have a tendency to wear because it's old. But it's a beautiful set. Once we were able to put it all together, the value was like, okay, it's a no-brainer. Of course we're gonna get it. But just the candlesticks alone is not really worth it. So that's the console set. Let's talk next about the vase. Okay, so I picked up this vase. It is Tonala pottery. It is Mexican folk art pottery. It's not Mars, but it's very distinguishable just by the way it's made and the way it's glazed. It's got a bird on it with some, I don't know, some flowers and leaves, I guess you would describe. It's a beautiful vase. I would probably put the value of this vase anywhere from $25 to $35. But I really liked the design. I loved that it had a bird on it. You guys know me and the birds. I have a thing for them. I don't know, I can't really explain it. Another thing that we got at the community aid were these little houses. Now these are not something I would typically grab for resale. This is something that you need to know. These are not something I would typically grab for resale, especially at the prices they were at the community aid. So these were anywhere from, I want to say $3 to $5, which is way too much for a resale. The reason that I bought these is because I knew that I had buyers interested. I had a buyer lined up, multiple buyers through my viewers. They said, we love those, we want those. And so I knew that if I bought them, I have an outlet to sell them. That is why I bought them. But if I was to just buy them without having somebody set up to buy them, they would sit. I would assume they would sit and they would sit, and I would probably lose money on them. So these are the Cat's Meow. And I picked up 4 of them. And my initial thought was I will grab the ones with cats, without realizing that every single one of them had a cat on them. So that really wasn't a good plan. But I grabbed 4 of them, 4 random ones. I think I have 2 of them listed on eBay right now. So I'm hoping to at least make my money back on them. But I think that they were priced a little bit high. They were kind of priced at collector's pricing. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to make my money back on that. But you know, I have buyers who were interested and who would appreciate them. So if I can at least make my money back, I'm good. I know they're going to someone who's going to appreciate them, and they're not sitting on the shelf at community aid like they have been for the past like 6 weeks, because they've just been sitting there for 6 weeks. So if I can put them in somebody's life who's going to love them, then I feel good about that. So that's the story behind those. Not typically something I would buy, but I did. Anyway, another thing was this little kitty figurine. You guys, if you watched the video, saw that actually Sue found this, and she knows that I love kitty figurines, so she handed it off to me. It does have some crazing. It's vintage. I have listed this up on eBay. It would, I assume, sell between, I don't know, $4 to $8. It's selling for a lot more than that. Sometimes I just can't explain why things go for the prices that they go. I don't know if somebody in the video says I have to have that and then they bid it up higher than I would assume it would go for. It is a very cute cat, but it's going higher than I would expect it to. But it's got a story behind it. You know, this was a gift from Sue to me to resell, and it's a beautiful cat that just says rub my belly, so. So that is the little kitty figurine that I got. I believe it was probably a ceramic mold project, like Holland mold or Atlantic mold or something like that, because I've seen them in white, and this guy's he's white, but he's got like yellow detailing on him, so he's darling, delightful, I should say. What else do we get? Okay, so let's talk about this. This is an exciting piece because I don't often find very much of this. Not the fairy lamp. The fairy lamp waits for me. Stay with our fairy lamp. I don't find much of this. I don't find it very often. You guys often accuse me of misspeaking when I'm speaking of other glass made in West Virginia. I am like 94% positive that this is Blanco glass. 98% positive. Did I say 98, 94? I don't know. I'm almost positive that this is Blanco. Unfortunately, I am unable to prove it yet, but before I list it, I will prove it. I'm almost positive that this is Blanco. It's fantastic. It's a decanter set. Now here's the fun fact about this, and this is what you did not realize when you watch the video, is I bought this without realizing that it was a decanter. I got it home, I unpackaged it, and I realized, you know what, there's a little spout right there. Oh my gosh, that's a decanter. And in my head, I went back to that day at Community Aid where I picked up this little stack of blue things. And I'm like, oh my God, I put those back. I didn't know what they were, I put them back. Oh my God, they're still on the shelf. And I'm thinking back to that day and I'm like, oh, I put them back. I had them in my hand and I put them back. I didn't get that on video. I did not get me picking those up on video, but I literally picked up the glasses that went with this decanter, looked at them, and put them back on the shelf that day. This was like a week ago. And I had a meltdown when I realized this had a spout and that I had picked up the glasses that matched it. I went back today, a week later, and they were still there. They were still there, and I grabbed them. So now, I have the complete set with the little glasses that go with it. And I am almost 100% positive that these are Blanco. It does not, see, Blanco had sticker. It had a sticker, and it does not have the original sticker on it. So I have a little digging to do. I do not have a Blanco book, so I cannot look in a book, which would be an easy solution. If you have a book and you can look in the book and say, yes, Jocelyn, that is Blanco, I would love you for that. But I don't have a book, so I'm like almost positive it's Blanco. It is a really nice set. I just love how thin the glass is, how pretty it is, how mid-century modern. It's fantastic. So I think, oh, and we also got the redone. Let's talk a second about redone, because a lot of the collectors of redone were chiming in on the post, and I appreciate you guys chiming in, because honestly, I see redone and I just buy it because personally, I don't mind getting stuck with it. I do like it. So if I happen to buy it and it's not one of the valuable pieces, okay, I'll just use it in my own collection. But if it is one of the valuable pieces, I'll probably end up selling it. The pieces I bought, which was this home piece and the bake piece, I'm trying to be very careful as I lift it because they are heavy pieces. The bake dish, they are not valuable pieces. This one actually says TJ Maxx, $15 was the original price on this. I paid $6 for it. It's probably worth maybe 15 to 25. I will end up holding onto this. It's not really worth the shipping of it. Same goes for the bake dish. I'm gonna just end up holding on to it. Now the vintage pieces, a lot of the collectors were chiming in. The vintage pieces and the holiday pieces are, I guess, what you need to be looking for based on collector consensus. My solution to all of this is to just look at the sold redone listings. Sort highest to lowest and look at what the best redone is possibly and look for those pieces. That's what I do for lamps. That's what you can do for redone. But I'm gonna hold on to these pieces. They're gonna go into my cupboard and that'll be that. So I'm pleased with that. Now let's talk about the Greyhounds that I almost killed Beth over. I mean, I didn't really knock her over. I just warned her that I was coming through and I was coming through fast. And I was like, out of my way, Beth, out of my way. Quick, I'm coming in. I'm coming in hot. But if you pause the video, the best part is, I was editing it in slow-mo, right? And the woman behind her has the most like nastiest look on her face. And it was so funny. And I almost thought to like freeze frame it and like stop it right there before I went into my intro, and then I didn't. If you want to go back and watch that and freeze frame it, it's actually kind of hilarious. She's like, oh, who is this girl? And why is she being so obnoxious? It was pretty awesome. Anyway, so these are Royal Hager. They are marked on the bottom, Royal Hager. If you guys remember my giraffe lamp that I sold that I always regret selling. Wish I never sold them. These I am keeping. I know a lot of you were like, when are you gonna list those? These are going into my personal collection. I do collect Royal Hager, but what are they worth? I paid $6 for this one and $6 for this one. You're probably dying to know what they're worth. Together, they are worth at least $400. I know, that's crazy, right? As a set, together, they're worth at least $400. Which I'm pretty thrilled about. But I'm gonna hold on to them. I am. I'm gonna hold on to them. I'm going to position them right on either side of my fireplace, and they're just gonna be fireplace dogs for a while. I might even pose with them with like a boa and some fancy dress and be like, these are my hounds, you know, kind of like that. But I absolutely adore them. And what I'm thrilled about is these are two pieces that I would never be able to afford into my collection, and I was able to afford them into my collection because I found them at the thrift store. So, and not only is it like a reselling rush, it's like a, oh my gosh, it's like I found pieces for my own personal collection. It was just, I could not be more thrilled. Now I just need to find another giraffe lamp at the thrift store. That would be epic. But now you know why I was so excited when I spotted these like halfway across the community and why I almost killed Beth to get them. I mean, I would have just knocked her over, probably. But I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that, Beth. Not to you. Anyway. All right. So that is, I think, everything that we got at the community aid. I'd say we made our money back if we were to sell the Greyhounds. Hopefully we make our money back on the stuff that we are selling. Hopefully. But now let's talk about the Goodwill. Our total spend at the Goodwill is up here. And we're gonna talk about what we got at the Goodwill. Let's talk about the lamp first so that I don't forget that. The lamp. Now my first reaction when I saw the lamp was that it was Japanese. And that was also Sue's reaction. It looks Japanese. I posted it on Instagram and some people suggested that it could be French and it could be German. And that got me thinking, okay, I need to like disassemble this. I took the entire lamp apart to look at the bottom of the vase because basically this was a vase that had been converted into a lamp. It was not originally a lamp. We've talked about this before. It was a vase that was converted into a lamp. And I decided to take the whole thing apart to look at the bottom of the vase to see if there was a mark that would clue me into where it was originally made. I got the whole thing apart, looked at the base, and there was no mark on the bottom. So I don't really have anywhere to go on that. I still want to say that it is Japanese. That was my initial gut feeling, but it's possible that it could be German. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm not selling it, so I don't really have to know. I want to really bad, but I don't have to know. I don't have to know. I mean, if it was German, I kind of wanted to attribute it to Royal Bonn. And that's kind of the mark I was looking for on the bottom, but I could not find it. It was not there. There was no mark. It was completely blank. So, so much for that idea. But it's a beautiful lamp. It is going to go into my bedroom because you guys know I have mid-century modern style all over my living room and everywhere else, but my bedroom is Victorian Eastlake, so it will fit up there. It will blend up there, but not so much down here. Anyway, so that is the lamp. If I was to sell the lamp, I would expect to get at least $250 for the lamp. I'm not selling the lamp. The lamp is staying with me. If I do decide to sell the lamp, did I just spill coffee? No, I didn't. If I do decide to sell the lamp, I am passing the lamp back to Sue because it was her find and she can sell the lamp and reap the profit from there. But she's loaned me the lamp for use purposes, and then I will give it back to her to sell. But there is no term of lease. I just get to lease it until I'm done with it, basically. That's how our friendship works. Okay, so enough about the lamp. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about our fairy lamp. So our fairy lamp is made by Indiana Glass Company. It is the Stars and Stripes pattern. It is blue. It comes in different colors. There's amber, I think there's green, and there's blue. This fairy lamp would sell between $18 and $25. But I don't know. I love fairy lamps. I have a thing about fairy lamps. I actually just bought another fairy lamp like 2 videos from now. I've been trying to list stuff as the videos drop. So you'll see the other fairy lamp listed here in the next couple days. But it is an amber fairy lamp. And that one will be going up in the next couple days. The witch. Let's talk about the witch. I love vintage Halloween. I have quite a few vintage Halloween stuff also coming up. Spoiler alert from the flea market. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have gotten that spoiler alert already. But this, oh, there's wax on here. Someone must have actually put a candle in here because there's wax on here. This ceramic witch is also a ceramics project. We talked about the cat being a ceramic. This is also a ceramics project. Obviously somebody just painted this probably. one of those at-home paint kits, kind of like the ceramic tree we got the other day. This is marked 1977. It is vintage. I'm not sure how much this would go for, honestly. These pieces, these Holland mold, these Atlantic mold, are really just in the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It really depends on if somebody's seeing the potential in it, the value in it. And so we'll see how this does. I mean, I know it's going to at least sell for $25, $30 because it's vintage Halloween. And we'll see where it goes from that. I've never seen another one like it, but the artist who painted it actually had some talent. You know, you see a lot of them and they're painted really sloppily, but this one actually, they did pretty good. Now, this sugar bowl, which came with a little saucer, is marked Red Horse Inn. Did not realize when I bought it that it does have a crack on it. So I'm thinking maybe $2 to $5 on this. I'm not thinking, you know, with the crack. Without the crack, I'm not sure how much I could have gotten for it. There are other Red Horse Inn pieces listed on eBay currently, but I don't believe any were sold. So kind of leaves it open for mystery. It's a mystery. But unfortunately ours does have a crack that I didn't notice because the top was taped on. I'm gonna blame it on that. All right, and lastly, are we already, did we go, we did. We went through everything. We are lastly. We've got this little elephant. My camera's gonna go. All right, I'm gonna restart the camera. Gotta restart the camera, wait. Ah, there we go, okay, focus on me. There we go, maybe, okay. Okay, so lastly, we have this little elephant. Just a very little elephant. No markings on the hooves. No chips, no cracks, but these enormous ears that remind me of Dumbo. So I tried searching for all things Dumbo and could not find it. One of my viewers had commented something along the lines of Silvac, possibly pottery, for the larger elephant, but I'm almost wondering, and when I was looking that up, I do believe the larger elephant was spray painted because you can feel it in the texture of the elephant. But when I was looking that up, I almost wonder if the little elephant is that pottery, because it has a lot of similarities, but the hoof, or the, I don't know, the foot was just too small a space to actually put their stamp. So it's possible that's who makes it, but little Dumbo elephant. So we're definitely gonna make our money back. We could have made even more money back if we were selling our big items, but I'm gonna hold on to them for a while, make my money back on the little items, and be happy with making my money back and picking up some really cool items along the way. So, you know, sometimes it's okay to hold on to a few things, but you can't hold on to everything. You gotta let some things go, and I'm letting most of it go. I mean, the larger percentage of stuff on the table is being let go, so that's a good thing. I'm not a hoarder, not yet anyways. Anyway, I hear a train coming. You guys get to experience that the last time. So I'm going to close out this video, but I hope you enjoyed this haul video. Obviously, we did really good these past 2 days. Tomorrow is going to be a video with Real Nifty Vintage. Another YouTuber, another reseller YouTuber. So make sure if you haven't checked him out yet that you go check him out on YouTube. He's really awesome. He came and visited and we went shopping for like 3 videos straight. So we're gonna have quite a few videos coming up. But I hope you guys enjoy that, and I will catch you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've spotted something that you just can't live without, don't worry. I've put a link to our Etsy store down in the description.